Welcome back to 7 Minute Options on Thursday, September 23rd. Exciting week this week. It's my first video this week. So on Monday, I was absolutely decimated. The Evergrande fears on Monday really pushed my entire portfolio down. Actually, my option buying power was down to like $800. It was down to under 1,000. So this is a good reason as to why it's always good to have a little bit of buying power, because whenever the market has a hiccup like it had on Monday, all of a sudden IV rises and buying power goes nowhere, and you don't want to be anywhere near negative buying power, because then you're forced to close positions, which you don't want to do. So my buying power was down to about $800, $850 thereabouts. My year-to-date PNL was about just over $1,000. It was a really bad day on Monday, but it all turned around. So whatever spooked the market on Monday sort of stabilized and started coming back, and now it's looking much better. So now my buying power is back to 2,400, and my year-to-date P&L is back above 3,000. I'm having my second really nice big green day, so things are okay. I think a couple of lessons there. One, always have buying power. So a lot of people like to push their buying power down to zero. That's okay if every single thing you have is defined risk. Like if all you're doing is selling defined risk credit spreads or put spreads, then yeah, you can push your buying power. If you have some undefined risk, like I do, right? I have some naked puts, for example, um, then your buying power is dynamic, which means the lower the market goes, the more buying power you need to maintain those positions. And if you if you have undefined risk and you want to push your buying power close to zero, you're going to get tested. And I was tested on Monday. I got lucky. It didn't really breach the zero. Like I said, I was just around $800 for the day, but it kind of verified that it helped validate my decisions earlier not to open more positions, even though I really wanted to. That being said, FXI, this is the Chinese ETF. I got a strangle in this one, and when the market dropped, IV spiked. So if people did have a lot of buying power, a lot of people like to have a lot of buying power left. So when the market has a hiccup and IV spikes, that's when they sell. It's a bit of a more patient game, and you do need volatility to play that game. But if you're patient and you do have the buying power when the market has a big hiccup, it can be very profitable. So if you look at FXI for a second there, you can see when the IV spiked a few days ago, IVR was almost at 100. Like I was looking at this on Tuesday, and the IVR was like 97 or 98. That was an amazing time to sell, right? So if you have any faith in the Chinese government or the Chinese economy, that was the time to sell any kind of position in FXI. And if you look at the IVR, it went from 100 or thereabouts, and right now we're down to about the 60, 70 range. So you got a lot of good premium coming your way in just 2 or 3 days. But right now, FXI is stabilized. So we opened the strangle, and we opened it 7 days ago, so exactly a week ago. And right now, IVR is around 60. We survived whatever happened earlier this week. For now, things seem to be under control, and they're coming back, and we're a little bit ahead. Because this was 64 days to expiration when I opened it, if I am opening a position that's 60 days out, maybe I don't want to hold it very long. So instead of going for the 50%, I'm only going for a nice 25% profit margin. So I got $133 in credit. If this gets down to 98, I'm going to close it, take my 25% profit, and maybe reopen another position, or see where we are. If we are near the 40 to 45 day mark when that happens, maybe I'll keep it open, right? Because I wouldn't mind opening this position for, at 40, 45 days out for $100 credit, and then try to run that down to 50. So we'll see where we are when this gets to right around 40 days, and we'll see how quickly we can get to the $98 mark, which would give my 25%. But right now, because it's 60 days out, when I opened it, I want to go for the 25%. So that's my goal there. All right. A couple other positions I'm watching here is Joby is having a good day. That's turning around. SoFi is finally coming back, back above 17. So a lot of things going well for me this week. It's, knock on wood. Monday was horrendous, but over the last 2 or 3 days, it has really turned around. So I don't really feel like opening a whole lot of new positions today. I still only have $2,400 in buying power, so if the Evergrande risks come back, I can get tested again. If I see anything really juicy in terms of IVR, In terms of liquid ETFs on Tastyworks, FXI is the top there with 61%. The second closest one is 41%. That's again emerging markets, so that most likely has China exposure as well. And I actually once in a while I open positions in EEM. That's not a bad not a bad thing to have positions in. Let's see, anything out there with earnings, anything coming up with earnings plays. Nike. Let's see what happens with Nike. They report earnings on 9/23, which is 9/23 after the bell. Wait a minute, I think that's today. Let's check this out. This almost seems scripted, but I'm just looking at it now. So they report earnings today, 9/23. Today's 9/23, right? Watch here. It is. So let's look at Nike here. If I open one here, 8 days away, let's say, that's about a week. Yeah, 8 to 15 days away. I'm looking at 59 to 55% IV, and I expect that to drop to the mid 30s. So let's see what we get. What kind of buying power reduction do we need for this earnings play? If I go to the 20 delta, right? 20 delta, I get $140. $2,100 of buying power required. Ouch. Oh my word. Okay, if I go down to the 12 delta, I still need 17. Okay, yeah, this buying power is just not going to do it for me. That being said, if I go 145, 140, that's $500 buying power. I get $35. On the upside, I really don't like doing defined risk on earnings plays because there's not a whole lot of rolling and management you can do if this thing goes against you. I give up $400 buying power, $72 of credit, and it's 12 delta on the downside, 15 delta on the upside. A lot of people in both, so it's fairly liquid, just 2 or 3 cents wide. $400 of buying power, and I could make, if this thing collapses pretty quick. Let's see where were we in the recent earnings. Last time they had earnings, okay, so this is October. They most likely had it in early July. So let's check. Yeah, you can see the last time they had earnings, they had a massive jump. They went from 130 to 150, and they didn't pull back. Ooh, that's ugly. Okay, yeah, nope, nope, no, thank you. I don't have the $2,000 buying power. I wouldn't mind opening a Jade Lizard, but I'm not going to give up $2,000 buying power. That's all the buying power I have, just for earnings trade. What else? MTN. Which one is this? Vail Resorts. Nope. Any other earnings here coming up? Not really. There were a couple of earlier today, but that was before the bell. Okay, so not much there in terms of earnings. And liquid ETFs, we kind of looked at that already. FXI and EM near the top of the charts there. Even though we had a crazy week this week, the IVR still is relatively low for a lot of these other products. Look at SPY, only 18 IVR. I mean, considering the hiccup it had earlier this week, it dropped I think 2.5 or 3% on Monday. The IVR is still pretty low historically speaking, right? Which is surprising because that's one of the bigger drops SPY has had in a while, like single day drops. If I look at the SPY, yeah, look at that drop. That's pretty big. If I look back over the last 8-9 months, I don't see anything that drastic as we had on Monday. But I guess now it's recovered, so people aren't as freaked out. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling now, so I'm not opening any more positions. If you look at a lot of my options are expiring 22 days from now, so I might roll these tomorrow or I might roll these on Monday, but I'm definitely looking forward to rolling these out, especially on a lot of these positions. SoFi, I can roll them out, especially SoFi I was worried, but now that we're back up to 17, I'm actually looking forward to rolling these out. Yeah, that's a big jump over the last 2 or 3 days, so that's good. So anyway, just an interesting week and a couple of takeaways. One is always have buying power when you have undefined risk. The buying power helps you survive the scary days and you don't want to be forced to sell and close positions. You want to be able to have enough buying power to just be patient. And yeah, look, I just kind of waited it out. I mean, I got really lucky. It turned around in 2 or 3 days, but I didn't have to touch anything. I just needed patience. So control the panic, be patient, wait it out, and life is good. All right, that's it. Yeah, thanks.